and welcome to your last February FSU Weather Edition. I'm student meteorologist Mike Lonan.
And I'm Jennifer Collins, and yes, it has been quite a nice day across Tallahassee. Even though it was raining earlier today, we're ending out the day fairly nice. It was nice and cool breeze outside.
Yeah, it wasn't that too bad outside when I came out of my last class around like 4:30. Felt a little bit muggy outside, but again, the sun tried to peek out of the clouds, but it's warm outside compared to what we're expecting next week.
Yes, we are expecting a lot cooler temperatures heading into next week, but heading into this weekend, we are keeping the rain chances around, so it's not going to be the best weekend to have any outdoor plans, but every now and then we may have some cloudier conditions, so it could be nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a very unsettled pattern for the next 4 or 5 days, but again, there's going to be a lot of dry breaks, so you can take advantage of those dry breaks.
Yes, we even have a lot of events coming up across Tallahassee. We'll give you your full forecast for all those events across the town, as well as other national news that's happening across the region as well. So overall, we are keeping with the wet pattern, but some cooler conditions will return next week.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty big shock to the system by the time we go into next week, given how warm February was once again here in Tallahassee.
Yeah, but with that, we're actually going to send things out to the wall with Brittany. She's going to give us a look at what's happening in the show today.
Thanks, Jennifer and Michael. Yeah, we saw a lot of clouds today and even some showers pushed through the area earlier today. But currently we are sitting at 68 degrees with clouds still in the sky, and we're going to continue to see those clouds as we go into the night. This is a look at our current satellite and radar. Showers have moved through the area, staying off to our north, but those white puffy things you see, that's a lot of clouds, and those are going to continue to move through as we go into the night. For tomorrow morning, expect lows in the lower 60s, but fog will be the big story as our temperatures and our dew points will be very close to each other, and that wind coming out of the south-southwest, bringing a lot of moisture off the Gulf, will be the result of, or is the result of that fog. Wind's light though, keeping it nice and warm as we go into the morning. For tomorrow's forecast, we'll have that chance of showers and storms throughout the day as some heavier bands are expected to move through. Temperatures staying in the mid-70s, 76 for Tallahassee, but down in Apalachicola sitting in the lower 70s. As we go throughout the show, we'll talk about how rain chances will stick around as we go into the weekend. A soggy weekend is expected, but if you like change, we'll have a big change coming next week when our next cold front moves through, and we'll have all the events in the forecast for later for that. But for now, I'm going to send things off to Dylan with a look at the southeast.
Thank you very much, Brittany. And I got to make a comment about Michael's comment about this being the last February show. Well, there's more February shows at FSU Weather.com. It's not the last one ever. But we do have this nice cold front or boundary that's making its way right now through Little Rock and Shreveport. You see a nice gradient or change in temperature is what a gradient is between Little Rock at 44 degrees and Jackson at 71. So it's a big temperature change there and a big warm pocket throughout much of the southeast taking hold. And with that warm pocket, you also have a lot of warm, muggy conditions. It is dewy, as I don't know, some people would say. A lot of high dew points along the coast as these winds are bringing in more moisture. Behind that boundary, though, you have drier air, making it feel a little more nicer, more around average, not muggy, like it feeling like you're getting suffocated by the state of Florida. And then going into the winds, you can see ahead of that boundary, you have these winds coming off the Gulf, bringing in some moisture and increasing those values. And then behind it, you have it out of the north, bringing in the drier air, making you feel just a little more comfortable. You do see this high pressure system sitting over the coast, and it's bringing some calmer conditions, though. You do see some strong winds over in Tampa at 12 miles per hour and 6 in Tallahassee. Going into the temperature change, though, behind this boundary you can see a drop in temperature of 18 degrees in Little Rock, 19 degrees in Shreveport, and then just a little temperature change is 6 degrees in New Orleans. Ahead of that, not much of a change from yesterday, so these are 24-hour temperature changes, but these values aren't really expected to stay around as that cold front takes hold, so tomorrow will be more of an increase in those regions that's seen some cooler air. Here's that boundary, though. You don't have a lot of strong rain over in the eastern part down here around Tallahassee. Down by New Orleans, though, and the western part of the southeast, you have a little more shower activity, and then farther north of this boundary, you have just a bit more shower activity as well. As we go into the next couple of days, these shower activity are going to continue to stick around. As you see, it starts to move eastward, falling apart and getting less defined, though you do have some stronger storms sitting off the coast and making its way into Tallahassee into the next day, and even moving off into the parts of South Georgia and South Carolina as well, bringing some stronger rain showers for them and even the possible threat of severe weather for those people as well. Tonight, though, The front sticking around just a little bit more, bringing rain and cooler temperatures behind it, though ahead of it you're seeing relatively seasonal averages in terms of 62 degrees here in Tallahassee, bringing the spotty shower nonetheless. And thunderstorms are possible along the boundary in Atlanta, Montgomery, and New Orleans, though down in South Florida they're staying relatively clear. And then for tomorrow's forecast, you see that front move a little more eastward and stretch out just a bit, seeing some clearer conditions behind it at 52 in Tupelo, returning back to about average for them, ahead of the front getting above average with the warm, moist air settling in, bringing some thunderstorms possible tomorrow and a lot of rain coverage to the eastern part of the southeast. Right now, I'm going to send it over to Colleen to see what it looks locally here in Tallahassee.
Yeah, well, the first thing I want to note on is this normal, having the sticky weather we have? Normally we experience drier conditions around our region. Now, satellite and radar, we see clouds everywhere from Carabel all the way to Dowling Park. A few scattered showers hit I-10 earlier today. But as we went on through the afternoon, there was few and far between as we went into the afternoon. Now, what is going on? It's this low pressure that is dominating the southeast that's bringing up all that unstable air to our area. And the thing about this, it is very slow moving. So this is going to be a trend for today and the next few days. Currently in Tallahassee, we are at 68 degrees. We head down to the coast, 66 in Apalachicola. We do have this southerly flow that is making it a little bit cooled off, but very moist. It's going to feel gross out from today and for the next few days. Now, and that's because the southerly wind is bringing up all that moisture, picking up the wind a little bit in Tallahassee and Monticello at 10 miles per hour. Now, what can we expect tomorrow? There is a high chance of some showers right as we head into the afternoon. We see this band start to form right around Apalachicola and then make its way into our area right around the mid-afternoon. Now, Friday morning, we should expect 62 degrees, fog again. So I would definitely make sure to put a little extra time in your early morning commute. Tomorrow afternoon, 76 degrees with scattered showers. Now, it will be hot, but it's not because of the sun, honestly. It's going to be sticky out with clouds, and that hot temperatures can really amplify those storms. Now, our 7-day forecast, we do have a whole lot of unstable air in our system, but as we go into mid next week, we can expect the sun to start to peak out. What's going on at the desk, Brittany?
Well, we're actually going to talk about some record warmth across the pond. We've been seeing, most of the country has been seeing cooler temperatures here in the United States, but not too far off, they're seeing really warm conditions.
Yeah, we're seeing some cooler temperatures come in after this weekend as we see a blast of cool air, just the last little bit of winter coming through. They're seeing record warmth, but seeing a similar pattern where some cooler temperatures are going to make its way through there.
Yes, Scotland actually set their highest February on average for their high temperatures and their low temperatures. So their overnight low temperature was actually very high. Yeah, it's the warmest it's ever been in the entire lifetime of Scotland. Not usually a warm place. And then in Monday and Tuesday, they also broke some more records in London, in Kew Gardens. 70 degrees was their morning low temperature. That's a very warm morning low temperature, especially, I mean, here in Tallahassee, we're more used to like warmer temperatures in the summer, but again, this is middle of winter for them. Yeah, they're still in the northern hemisphere. They're still in winter time just like us. So imagine having your overnight temperature in the 70s.
Yeah, that's, I mean, think about the daytime temperatures, seeing a lot. The UK is not known for their clear skies, but they had some clearer weather recently, some sun out. I saw some jokes online for people saying that they've gotten their first sunburn of the year because, yeah, they're just so pale and they're not used to just these temperatures, the sunlight being outside.
Unfortunately, though, these warmer conditions have been causing some wildfires in the area.
Yeah, usually you don't think the UK and wildfires are the same. You don't put them in connection with each other, but there were some possibilities of that, and that was happening.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah.
But they do have cooler air on the way.
Yeah, there is some relief, as I mentioned before. They have some winds and storms coming through this week, or later this week, and then into this weekend. Behind that, some cool air, making things a little more comfortable and more gloomy, as the UK is used to.
That's how I usually hear the weather is over there. I don't know what I would like better, though. Considering it's winter, I don't know if I'd want warmer conditions or those kind of gloomy, cloudy, chilly conditions.
Well, I mean, I don't know. The UK is also known for having only 3 days of sunlight outside during the year because the rest is just cloudy and rainy and mildly depressing. But some relief, though, is in sight. Some cooler temperatures, more wintry or fresh, as Michael would say.
Yes, fresh is the term to use. Also, the windier conditions are expected as that rain and cooler air comes in.
Yeah, seeing gusts up to 40 and 60 miles per hour. So, but right now we're going to send it back to the wall, where Jennifer is going to talk about our nation, the United States.
Thanks, guys. We're bringing a little bit more local into the nation. Looking at the United States, you guys were talking about the United Kingdom. We're going to come back to the United States. 28 degrees here in Minneapolis, 28 degrees in Kansas City. They're seeing some cooler temperatures, not as cool as what they've been seeing for the past few weeks. 48 degrees along the West Coast in Seattle, as well as 63 degrees in Los Angeles. Some of the warmer spots of the country are in the southeast, like 80 degrees in Miami, as well as 68 degrees here in Tallahassee. But overall, we have a lot of moisture in the southeast, which is allowing for some showers and storms to pop up across the southeast. But behind these fronts that are occurring are some drier conditions across the northern portions of the United States. So most areas are feeling very dry, especially most of the mountainous regions. Some higher dew points along the coast of California, but that's pretty typical for them. Looking at the water vapor, some moisture kicking in into the coastal regions of California as well. But looking more towards the east coast, we see a lot of moisture associated with the southeast, as there is a lot of southerly wind occurring, especially over the Louisiana area. So they are seeing a lot of pop-up showers associated with these higher moisture content in the upper levels. We do have a low pressure system in areas of the southeast and the Ozarks, which is giving us a lot of moisture along the southeast. So like I was saying, areas like Louisiana are experiencing a lot of downpours associated with this, as well as some portions of the mid-Atlantic states, as well as there is a stationary front which is allowing a lot of moisture to occur in areas of western North Carolina, as well as eastern Tennessee, and some snowfall occurring in portions of Indiana, as well as Ohio and into Illinois. Some mixed precipitation in the areas around Cincinnati, but overall we're keeping with some snowfall in areas of the lower Great Lakes. Looking at winter weather advisories, we do have some winter weather watches in effect for portions of the Mid-Atlantic, including Washington and Northern Virginia, as well as portions of southern Illinois as well in areas like St. Louis. As a result of a lot of rainfall occurring in the southeast this time of the year, we do have a lot of flood alerts associated with rivers across most areas of the southeast, so that is something to look into as we get into later on. We will start to see those flood alerts reoccurring, especially heading into spring. Tonight's forecast, another chilly one for areas of the northern half of the country. 8 degrees in Minneapolis as well as 8 in Billings, Montana. Some cooler temperatures, getting just below freezing for areas of Seattle, as well as 45 degrees in San Francisco. Along the southeast, we're looking at some warmer temperatures too, in the 60s for portions of Florida and the southeast. Tomorrow's forecast is going to be another chilly one, portions of the northern United States. Minneapolis may see some snowfall, temperatures around 21 degrees, and a lot warmer temperatures in the southeast, 76 degrees locally here in Tallahassee and 83 degrees in Miami. I'm going to send things off to Florida with Colleen.
Thanks, Jennifer. Now we're going to take a closer look at what's going on around Florida. We do have this dominating high pressure out in the Gulf, bringing in some sunny skies down in Key West. But you see, as we move further up the coast of Florida, we really see that unstable air as that front starts to slowly move its way to our area. And you can see this, all those clouds along the panhandle. Yeah, that trend is going to continue. You do look at New Orleans, they're getting some heavy downpours on around their area as that front is stable and slow moving. And we're not going to see some sunny skies till at least mid next week. But as this unsteady trend continues, they can expect some cloudier skies tomorrow from Homestead, Miami, all the way up to West Palm Beach. Now, satellite radar across Jacksonville, you did see a few shower band move off the coast. And as we go into tomorrow's forecast for that area, you should expect cloudy skies, 75 degrees. Yeah, that warm and unstable. And guess what? I guess you can guess the same thing. That's what's going on in the Big Bend region. We do have cloudy skies in tomorrow's forecast. Some cloudy skies in Panama City all the way to Destin and the Gulf Shores. Some unstable air. Tonight's forecast, 62 degrees. We do have some chances for some nightly showers in our region as we head around to Orlando, 62 degrees. West Palm Beach, 64. Key West, I think that's the only sunny spot of the area for today's forecast. Now tomorrow, 81 degrees in Key West, 83 in Miami. We go up the coast, there's not a whole big temperature gradient across Florida. You see a whole lot of red, but as we go over further towards where you see that front is, that will make its way over the next few days and bring in those cooler temperatures. Now, we're going to send it on over to Michael. What's going on for the local?
Yeah, I'm really liking these warm conditions down towards southern Florida where the Honda Classic is this week. But let's go back locally to Tallahassee, and you see that 68 degrees right now here in Tallahassee with some cloudy skies. But that southerly wind is keeping us very warm and muggy into the overnight hours. So temperatures are not going to drop that much with that southerly wind and the cloud cover. But the current conditions, you can see our warm spot right now is 70 in Bainbridge. A lot of us in the low to mid, into the middle and upper 60s, 68 in Tallahassee, 68 in Thomasville and Quincy as well. Had a little bit of rain move through the early afternoon hours. Had a big rain blob basically in southern Georgia. That really dissipated as we went to the afternoon hours. But the dew points, pretty moderate, a little bit muggy out there. 63 in Tallahassee, 61 in Thomasville, and 62 in Apalachicola. So it's going to be like this for the remainder of the week and going into the weekend until that very strong cold front we're expecting moving through early next week. Reason why it's so muggy, we have those winds coming off the Gulf, a lot of moisture to work with if any showers and thunderstorms do develop over our region. So there might be a little bit of heavy showers if one does develop going into tomorrow. But for satellite and radar shows you the reason why so muggy and we had the southerly wind, had the stalled out boundary. It's not really going to move that much. Another system that will develop off towards the west will finally give the nudge to move the system as we go into later in the weekend. And that will bring us the much cooler and more winter-like air as we go into the early part of next week. But for now, just dealing with these on and off showers and maybe a thunderstorm here and there with mostly cloudy skies. But it's going to be dry, warm, and muggy. So as we go into your futurecast, that's what it really shows you, just mostly cloudy skies overnight tonight. And then as we go into tomorrow morning, fog is going to develop once again like we've had the past few mornings. So just be careful when you're going out and don't remember to put your high beams, always put your low beam headlights when you go out in the morning. And then as you go into the afternoon, a little bit of that heating of the day as well as that stalled out boundary causes a little bit of a cluster of these showers and thunderstorms to move through the region around just after lunchtime. Maybe some clearing as we go into the evening plans if you want to head out and just spend some time outdoors. So Friday evening is looking pretty decent. But for tonight's forecast, maybe a scattered shower or so with 62 degrees here in Tallahassee, 61 in Monticello. So you see the temperature not dropping that much given all the cloud cover and humidity sticking around. And then as we go into tomorrow, a little bit warmer compared to today with temperatures in the middle 70s, 76 in Tallahassee, 78 up towards Bainbridge with the chance of some showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon hours. And then going into your 7-day forecast, you notice how this very unsettled, humid rating pattern continues up until Monday and early Tuesday. That cold front that we've been talking about, a very strong one, moves through Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon, and watch the temperatures just drop like a block going into Wednesday and Thursday with temperatures in the upper 50s, something we haven't experienced in the last few weeks. But I'm going to send it off to the desk with Colleen, and we're going to talk about what's happening out towards California with the major heavy rain and flooding out there.
Yeah, we're not the only ones getting rain and unsettled trends in our area. Over in California, there's a big Russian river flooding that left several cities only accessible by boat.
Yeah, two of the towns right in this is in Northern California, so in the Napa Valley region where we have all those vineyards. A lot of flooding, some places receiving up to 5 to 6 inches of rain, 5.66 inches in Santa Rosa, according to the NWS out in San Francisco. So a lot of rain out there. That is
crazy above average for the agricultural there in the region. So I wonder how the farmers are coping with all their vineyards getting that much amplitude of rain.
Yeah, and in terms of the Russian River, it surpassed major flood stage going into early Wednesday. Its peak Wednesday night was at 45 feet. To put that in perspective, that is 15 feet above flood stage, so very high.
Very high. Now, where did all this rain come from, Michael?
So we've been having just a series of these storm systems moving through California, And one of those atmospheric river events, we've been talking about this a lot in California recently. Another one set up in Northern California. That's what gave the heavy rain going into the early part of this week.
Yeah, the early part of this week is the main time. Now, can we expect more rain in this region?
Yeah, the wet pattern's really going to continue as we go into the weekend. More rain expected for the state of California, with the metro regions like San Francisco and Los Angeles really expecting around 1 to 3 inches of rain, and that's not really good because I was seeing pictures of this earlier today. A lot of the vineyards up towards Napa Valley just completely underwater due to all the rainfall.
Oh, man, I really hope everything gets back to normal heading into next week. But now we're going to send it on over to Jennifer. What's going on, girl?
Thanks, guys. I may be seeing a lot of rain in California, and we may think that a lot of rain is happening around the Tallahassee region, but not as much as California has been seeing this time of the year. They're just seeing a lot, especially with mudslides in those regions. Here more locally, though, if you are heading out this weekend, expecting nice, actually, we're actually expecting some showers across the region for most of the Tallahassee area. 76 degrees if you are heading out to the res tomorrow. We're expecting some mostly cloudy skies heading throughout most of the day. We even have a chance of showers heading on into the afternoon as well. So if you are heading out to the beach or into the res, expect some cloud cover as well as some rain heading out in those areas. With the southerly wind, we are going to bring in a lot of moisture for our region as well. If you are heading out on the golf course this weekend, I know everyone here at FSU Weather loves to play golf. We have those cloudier conditions heading into tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be in the 60s for the morning hours if you are heading out early in the morning. But as we get into the afternoon, temperatures are going to rise to around 75 degrees by 3 p.m. and we are expecting some rain tomorrow. So if you are going to head out, expecting around a 30% chance for most of the region, we could even see some higher precipitation values, especially into the afternoon tomorrow. Maybe see a thunderstorm or two. Friday night, if you are heading out to First Friday in the railroad area, 68 degrees, expecting some partly cloudy skies, but then again, we may see a pop-up shower here and there. We can't rule that out heading into tomorrow with those temperatures at around 68 degrees. If you are heading the basketball game tomorrow night, or Saturday night, it is the last of the, we only have 2 more games after this game, so looking at 79 degrees on your way to the Civic Center. FSU plays North Carolina State at this time. We do have that chance of showers into the day on Saturday as well with that southerly wind, but the Civic Center is a closed indoor stadium, so we are expecting inside to have some nice conditions, whereas outside, if you are heading there, maybe bring an umbrella. It'll probably protect you from the rain heading throughout there. Your 3-day forecast, looking at some stormier conditions heading into tomorrow, so if you do have any outdoor plans, make sure you consider the stormy weather happening tomorrow with those temperatures around 77 degrees. And into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, again, showers we can't rule out heading into tomorrow with those temperatures at around 79 degrees and 73 degrees heading throughout most of tomorrow. Rain chances are going to ramp up as we get into tomorrow. Cloud cover, we may see some fog in the early morning hours heading into Friday. Into the afternoon, some showers and storms. And by Saturday, we could see the pop-up showers here and there across the region. I'm going to pass things off to Brittany with a look at around Florida.
Thanks, Jennifer. Looking at our live cam, we still see some clouds in the sky as we're ending the night. We actually might get a view of a nice sunset looking off towards the right of the screen over in Doak Campbell Stadium, but clouds will be in the picture as we go into the night. Current conditions around the area, upper 60s and even in the 70s. 70 degrees for Bainbridge, 68 for Quincy, and down in Apalachicola, down near the coast, we're sitting in the mid-60s, still feeling pretty nice out there. Big system we're talking about is the stationary front that's just to our north. This is allowing all the moisture and rain moving into our area over the next couple days. When you zoom in, most of the showers have pushed off across I-10 and cleared out of our area, but we will have those clouds around, and rain chances will pick right back up once we go into tomorrow. Here's your forecast for tonight. Going into the night, clouds will be in the sky, and it's going to feel pretty humid outside if you're heading outside tonight. Girls, make sure you don't straighten your hair tonight. Going into Friday morning, fog will be the big story as our temperatures will be in the lower 60s and pretty close to our dew point, so that's allowing a lot of moisture in the area, and with these southerly winds, we're getting a lot of moisture off the Gulf as well, so fog will be in the forecast for the morning on top of cloudy skies, so before we get that rain, we will see that fog. around lunchtime on Friday, that's when the rain starts to move into the area. Keep that umbrella on you for tomorrow. If you're heading out to lunch or have class around the mid-afternoon, that's when you should expect these storms and possibly some heavy downpours. When you see these darker colors or these more warmer colors, red and orange, those are indicating very heavy rainfall rates. As we move into the day on Saturday, things clear out fairly quickly. By around dinner time, maybe a spotty shower in the area, but just some clouds over into the sky as we go into Friday night. For tonight, though, some rain is in the forecast. Low of 62 degrees for Tallahassee, as well as St. Mark's and as well as Quincy. Temperatures reaching into the mid-60s, though, for parts of southern Georgia, around 64 degrees for Bainbridge. For tomorrow, chance of storms and rain as we go into lunchtime for Friday. Temperatures in the mid-70s for majority of the Big Bend. 76 degrees for Tallahassee, 76 for Quincy, as well as 72 for Apalachicola. Looking at your 7-day forecast, we have that chance of storms tomorrow, and we'll even keep those rain chances because of that stationary front lingering into the weekend. Temperatures reaching almost 80 degrees for Saturday. Sunday, we cool down slightly into the lower 70s, but Monday is when that next system starts to move through. We actually get a cold front. They haven't disappeared yet. We're still in the season. Chance of rain for Monday when we only have a high of 60 degrees for Tuesday and Wednesday. We're not even getting out of the 50s with the lows in the 30s starting next week. Dylan, Jennifer, how are you feeling about this? You like the warm weather, the cold weather?
You know, we've had a lot of cold weather throughout January and into February, but I'm kind of enjoying that warmer weather. It is a little bit of a rainier pattern, but
I hate this. Michael's going to groan at me off camera. He's right there. Behind the camera, he's going to groan when I say I like colder weather and I'm excited.
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, colder weather is nice. You get to layer up a little bit, feeling a little like snuggled with warm sweaters, but
we get to deal with 3 months of just hot 20% chance of rain for over the summer. Let me enjoy this cold air.
So I've been counting the amount of days Tallahassee has seen sun in the morning. And I'll let you know that it has only been one day in the past 3 weeks. We've either had foggy days or cloudy mornings. So I need some sunshine in my life, and we'll finally get that later on in the second half of the week next week.
Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do-do.
Here comes the It's a good song.
No, we can't sing it because we'll get copyright.
Oh, oops.
Oh, exactly, thank you.
50% chance of rain heading into tomorrow. So if you do have any outdoor plans, make sure you consider that heading into Friday. That temperature around 77 degrees, but as we get into the weekend, we can't rule out rain throughout most of the days. 40% chance of rain for both days, but a little bit cooler temperatures, 73 degrees on Sunday.
Yeah, we might even see some frost with that low of 37. It
Yes.
is possible, but not very likely. But if you want to keep up with us, you can follow us on Facebook and like us on Twitter as well.
Yes, and you can also follow us on Twitter, and you can watch us live on YouTube at youtube.com/FSU weather, and also on Instagram. We'll post pictures there all the time at FSU weather. I want to correct one thing. Basketball game on Saturday is at noon, and this is also the last game before our last game, so there's only one more game after this game. Just wanted to correct myself.
Hopefully Harrison can dunk on those NC State players on Saturday.
Here from FSU Weather, I'm Jennifer Collins.
And I'm Dylan Leaf. Have a great night, folks.